What you're about to see is not real news. It is satire based on real news. The characters you're about to see are not real-life humans. They are frighteningly realistic puppets based on real-life humans. The views expressed in the show are not necessarily those of StarSat, its sponsors, its advertisers, or the nice lady that makes the coffee.
Wady, you have taken this situation totally out of context. I borrowed your pen 2 weeks ago, and I already returned it. Why would I steal an Oak's bloody pen?
It's a Mont Blanc.
Excuse me?
Mont Blanc.
What are you trying to say, Wady? Are you having a seizure?
No. It's not just a pen. It's a Mont Blanc.
Are you trying to say Mont Blanc?
Maybe.
I took it 2 weeks ago. I remember because I needed a pen to sign off on that idiot KB Mapatro's statement that Tuli Madonsela is a CIA agent. I'm telling you, that guy is losing it.
Mac, just give Gwede back his pen.
No. It's a Mont Blanc.
Who says Mont Blanc? I didn't take it. Anyway, I have my own pen. I just didn't have it with me at that time.
Oh, come on, Mac. You wouldn't buy a Mont Blanc.
It's a Mont. Oh, never mind. And why is that?
Because you would be too cheap.
Oh, I see. It's because I'm Indian. Or what?
Gwede, stop making a fuss. I'm sure it will turn up. Anyway, it's just a pen.
No.
And anyway, what the hell is a guy like Gwede doing with a Mont Blanc?
Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc.
Well, hello, all you beautiful people.
Yep, that's you. And me. Welcome to another edition of Puppet Nation, where we get to grips with real issues and real people.
You know, they're not actually real.
Who?
The people on the show, they're puppets like you and me.
I'm no one's puppet, Justice. Best you remember that.
Better latex than never.
Oh, please, don't get cute. Just read the news.
Okay. ANC Secretary General Gwede Mantashe says opposition parties have effectively formed a right-wing coalition to oppose the ANC.
Mantashe said their intention was to derail the revolution and were therefore a counter-revolutionary coalition. More labels, Mr. Mantashe? Is that really the solution?
No. We need labels. You might look like a revolutionary, but if I check your label, I will see that you are a counter-revolutionary.
No, you won't. It says here, PEP. That's all this Puppet News channel can afford, and I only get one set. That's pretty revolutionary to me.
What's your label, Mr. Mantashe?
Label?
Red, obviously, although members of the Communist Party tend to prefer the gold or the blue label.
Mr. Mantashe, don't we need to get over the labels and stop saying revolution this, revolution that?
You don't understand the nature of revolution, Justice. It's like this.
I know, a circle.
You're saying the ANC goes in circles?
Careful, you could disappear up your own backside like that.
No. Watch your mouth, Deborah. You must respect our leaders. We cannot have journalists and red Teletubbies showing their fingers in the house.
Which finger? This one?
Yes. No. This is not a proper tool of engagement. This is a tool of engagement.
Mr. Malema, turn that thing off before you hit someone.
I am a weapon of mass destruction. No. You are not. You are a mosquito and an anarchist. This revolution is going to be fun.
Outrage continues to grow after the city of Tshwane spent 65 million rand on the Tribe One music festival that never happened.
Now, the DA wants the Auditor General to investigate what it's calling a gross mismanagement of public funds.
There is nothing to investigate. This is show business. And everybody knows there is no business like show business.
American singer Nicki Minaj was paid a non-refundable appearance fee of 10 million rand. That means she earned $1 million for doing absolutely nothing. You don't see anything wrong with that?
There are plenty of people in this country who earn millions for doing nothing. Nicki Minaj is a big star. We are lucky that we only had to pay her 10 million for doing nothing. If it was my friend Beyonce, we would have had to pay her maybe 50 million rand not to come here.
The organizers of the festival accused the city of Tshwane of having failed to provide the necessary infrastructure upgrades, even though 40 million rand was set aside for this.
Ah, come on now. We all know that when it comes to upgrades, 40 million gets you nothing these days. Maybe a visitor center and a fire pool.
Would you have gone to the festival if it hadn't been cancelled?
What? Of course. What do you think they call me Razzmatazz? Nicki Minaj is just like my sister. I know all her songs. What? Can't you hear that boom ba-dum boom boom bass? You got that super bass.
Oh God,
Boom,
please
ba-dum,
make
boom,
it
boom,
stop.
boom, bass. You got that super bass.
Pay
You
back
got
the
that
money.
super bass. Boom
Pay
ba-dum,
back
boom
the money.
bass.
Pay back the money.
Former cabinet minister Tokia Sekwale's divorce is getting messier by the day.
Wife Judy is not going to be happy until she gets a substantial portion of his assets. Mr. Sekwale, why not just give her what she wants?
I would like to, Deborah. I really would. But I'm not a wealthy man. Do you know what I made last year? 1.5 million rand. I am lucky that I'm not living under a bridge.
Why are you dressed like a poor person?
What? Oh, I've just come from a meeting with my wife's lawyer.
In January this year, a consultancy named you as the third richest man in South Africa with a fortune of 2.2 billion rand. Where's it all gone?
I don't know. I've checked the drawers. I've looked under the mattresses. I think maybe the servants have been helping themselves.
Judy says you managed to spend more than 2 million rand a month just on living expenses. What in God's name are you buying?
Just the usual stuff, really. Food, some new clothes, a helicopter here, a submarine there. The kind of things every ordinary South African needs.
Well, Judy wants maintenance of 150,000 rand a month.
That is outrageous. The woman is too greedy. What does she want with all that money?
Judy says you're lying about your wealth. She says you own an island in Mozambique, wine farms, luxury homes, at least 2 private jets.
It's not true. Look at me, Justice. Do I look like a man with his own island? Oh, come on. Excuse me. I get very upset when people accuse me of wasting money, especially in a country where there is so much poverty.
Did you just blow your nose with a 200 rand note?
Doesn't everybody?
Some people say you are paying the price for getting jungle fever.
What the hell? Is he sick? Is it like Ebola? Get him out of here!
Relax. Jungle fever is what black men have when they date or marry white girls.
I am pleased to say that I am cured of jungle fever. Permanently.
Oh, come on. You don't seriously think your situation would be any different if you'd married a black woman?
Why don't you tell her, brother?
Nah, it's a black thing. She wouldn't understand. Did you hear about Trevor Manuel?
Wait, don't tell me. The government has finally come to its senses and wants him to replace Jacob Zuma.
Yeah, right. Quite the opposite. We've lost him to the private sector forever.
Well, that's where the real money is.
It gets better. He's now a senior advisor to the Rothschild Group.
Great. So instead of using him to get our own economy on track, we cut him loose so that he can make even more money for the Rothschilds. Because shame, they really need help, eh?
Well, imagine having Trevor Manuel advising you where to invest your money.
Imagine having money.
Oh, I hear you there.
You've heard a lot of the buzzwords out there for this generation's crop of world-leading business minds. Words like entrepreneur, innovation, startup, seed money.
This here is a brilliant idea.
Are you tired of having to pitch your foolproof business plan to one venture capital CEO after another? Because they all think they're on an episode of Dragon's Den?
We have a motto in our company, young man. When an elephant sits down, get out of the way.
So, if you're a bright young millennial with a great new tech idea, come to Mastivate. We won't judge you or your idea because we know we're probably too old to understand it.
Finally, someone with vision.
That's right. We're not from a generation that understands your app, but we are from a generation that understands how to screw you out of any bit of ownership you ever thought you'd have. But don't worry, you'll only realize this when it's too late. Until then, we'll pay you to be at your computer day and night doing whatever it is you little nerds do to make this stuff happen. So clever. Mastivate, your partner in venture capital.
Parliament's ad hoc committee on Nkandla is forging ahead despite a walkout of the opposition parties represented on the committee.
The committee is now made up solely of ANC members.
It is clear that President Zuma was not aware of the scope of the security upgrades at his home in Nkandla.
Therefore, the committee proposes that President Zuma is not required to repay any of the costs involved in the upgrade. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All against say no. Motion unanimously passed. Woo, 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 yeah.
Viva President Zuma, viva!
Long live democracy.
British media accused Shren Divani made a startling admission in court this week.
What? He admitted to having his wife whacked?
Of course not, man. He admitted to being a bisexual.
How could he not? When Leopold Leiser, the German master, told investigators that Divani had been one of his clients, he
Who dares
clearly...
to say my name? You, boy! Come here and bend over.
What? No, it wasn't me. It was her. She said your name. She's the one you want. Her.
Oh, sorry, I don't do girls. Auf Wiedersehen, pet.
Thanks, Justice.
What? I was only trying to...
No, I mean it. Thanks for trying. I do like a bit of the rough stuff now and again. It's been a while.
Overshare. Anyway, back to Divani. I bet Britain is glad to be rid of him, eh?
It's only taken 4 years to winkle him out of there.
Please don't say...
Who said winkle? I do winkles. Oh, yeah. I am the Winkelmeister.
Nobody said anything. Please go away.
That's a bit rude of you.
What? Did you want to ask him for his number, huh?
Well, I wouldn't... Never mind.
The EFF were the subject of a parliamentary disciplinary hearing this week into the behavior of 20 EFF members, including their leader, Julius Malema.
Malema led his fellow freedom fighters out of the hearing, saying that Parliament should instead charge Speaker Baleka Mbete for disrupting presidential question time in August.
Yeah, she must be charged. She threatened us in Parliament.
You're meant to be freedom fighters, but you're crying because a woman threatened you?
Deborah, don't get chacharach. When the revolution comes, your farm will be the first to go.
I don't have a farm.
Mr. Malema, you and your MPs face sanctions that could include suspension from Parliament for up to a month with no pay. Why not just take it like a man and let Parliament move on to more important matters?
Take what like a man?
You know, punishment.
You want Baleka Mbete to punish me?
Well, yes. And move on, you know. The country wants Parliament to do what it's supposed to do. Pass better laws, improve the state of the country.
And how will that woman punish me?
I don't know, but I'm sure it won't be that bad.
Justice, why are you saying that? Maybe it will be bad. Maybe Baleka Mbete will do what Leopold Leiser does with Shren Divani and asks Julius to bend over so he can...
No, we will never bend over.
Would you rather be suspended for a month?
We have been suspended many times. We are not afraid.
Without pay?
Without pay?
Yes, without pay.
For a month?
Yes, for a full month. Times 20 MPs who are probably paying SARS on your behalf. That's
75,000 rand times 20.
1.5 million rand.
1.5 million rand?
Yes, that's how much you and your colleagues will be losing out. Come on.
Okay. But I'm keeping my onesie on, Baleka.
Did you hear our Deputy Minister of Higher Education is visiting Moscow?
Oh God, what now? I bet Das Kapital will be a prescribed set work for English Lit students next year.
We'd be getting off lightly. It's more likely Russia will be given a contract to build 500,000 new universities in South Africa.
With entirely new rules, if you don't pass your first year, you get sent to re-education camps in the Karoo and are forced to watch videos of Bladen Zamande going on about the importance of the proletariat disrupting the logic of the profitability, blah, blah, blah. I don't even know who the Deputy Minister of Education is.
Oh.
Do you?
I think it's someone called Manana.
Mana.
Banana.
No, not banana. Manana.
Mana. Do 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 do.
Mana.
Mina. Do 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 do.
Mina.
Do 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 do.
Do you wish you could tell everyone where to shove it?
Misogyny.
Hey, do you wish you could pick up chicks as easily as I pick up the ball?
Misogyny.
Do you wish that you could always be the boss?
Misogyny.
Misogyny caught me where I am today.
Misogyny for men. Misogyny is endorsed by the ANC Women's League. Terms and conditions apply.
The Crime Stoppers Conference has just wrapped up in Cape Town. It was the first time the conference has been held in Africa.
The theme of the conference was the time of the whistleblower. I wonder how many delegates were mugged.
This is not the time for cynicism, Deborah.
Oh, please, that wasn't cynicism. If I was going to be cynical, I would have said, I wonder how many crooked or corrupt cops were at the conference.
Play nice. These people are doing good work. Mostly.
You must remember that it is men and women like me, constables, who are on the ground. Sometimes we are on the ground because we've been shot. Sometimes maybe we were just drunk. And when things go wrong, it is not our fault. We just take orders.
Women make the best crime fighters because we can multitask. That business of me tipping off the Western Cape Police Commissioner that he was being investigated, it wasn't me. Okay, it was me. But I inherited a bad system. When I was police commissioner, there was no crime in this country. Thanks to my big mama right here. Don't panic. I am a trained professional.
I was the best police commissioner this country ever had. Finish and clear. But then I was charged. I was trying to protect the big guy.
As Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, I am putting you all under arrest. Wait, come back. I was joking. I'm happy to report that there is very little crime in South Africa. Also, we have no corruption. You see, corruption is a Western paradigm. It is a victimless crime. I hereby declare this conference open. I hereby declare this conference closed.
The British Parliament has taken the historic step of voting in favor of recognizing a Palestinian state.
About bloody time.
Hello, chaps.
Tell us, Mr. Cameron, how do you recognize a Palestinian state?
Well, for a start, there are an awful lot of broken down buildings and a frightful number of children running around the streets. You'd have to be blind to miss it, to be honest.
What I mean is, what does Britain's recognition of a Palestinian state mean in real terms?
Oh, right. Sorry. Essentially, the parliamentary vote will not change our position. We have always loved Israel, we still love Israel, and we shall continue to love Israel.
But if Britain is seen as supporting a Palestinian bid for independence, does that not...
Palestine. Middle East, yada yada, two-state solution, blah blah blah. Quite frankly, the subject bores me. Do you know what excites me? Do you? The Islamic State.
Now there's something I can really get my teeth into. Ask me anything about those murdering fundamentalist bastards. Go on, ask me.
We don't want to know your opinion on the Islamic State. We're asking about Palestine. Is it not time the British government imposed economic sanctions on Israel to force them?
No, what I want to see? I want to see boobs on the ground. No. That's not it. Boots. Yes, I want to see boots on the ground in Syria, Turkey, and that other place where those scoundrels are hiding out. We need to go in there in large numbers and flush them out, and then destroy them like the rabid vermin they are. Britain will never retreat, ever onwards. Long live the British Empire!
I hear you, Cameron. I could see some boobs myself.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, babe, where have you been all my life?
Well, you know, made movies, won an Oscar, conquered Hollywood. Hey, hi, Letty. And what are you up to now, Letty? I would all the tender contracts around here.
Ja, smart.
Greasing the national development. People with a taste for bribes.
I wonder what happened to that guy who scaled the White House fence and went right into the White House the other day.
He's probably in Guantanamo Bay by now. I'm amazed that security is so lax.
I'm not surprised. Do you know who the head of the Secret Service is?
Why would I know that?
A certain Julia Pearson. That's who.
So?
So? It's a woman. They never remember to lock the doors.
Oh, really? Woman, just leave the doors wide open. Why would we do that?
I don't know. Maybe you're hoping for a tall, dark stranger to drop by?
Yeah, that's it. White South African women want nothing more than dark strangers to come bursting through their unlocked door.
Who said anything about white? Racist?
Whatever, idiot.
On that cheerful note, let's hear what our colleagues in the US of A have to say.
In the past 2 weeks, 3 different men have tried to infiltrate the White House, with one even making it into the building with a knife. Puppet Nation has learned that in response, President Obama has enlisted a new security advisor.
Okay, Mr. Pistorius, what do you advise?
Well, I think any time you think there might be an intruder in the building, just do this. Alright, so there's no need to even open the door first. Okay, now you try. Don't forget the crazy scream. Okay.
Ah! Oh, God, Barack! Ah, crap, Biden! Sorry about that, Joe. I'm gonna pay for that one.
Nah, trust me, you'll be fine.
One of the world's most eligible single women is off the market. Respected human rights attorney Amal Alamuddin spent the week in Venice marrying a working actor named... I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your name?
George Clooney.
Right, so Joe,
George.
Sorry, George. We're all wondering how you managed to win over a woman as accomplished as Miss Alamuddin. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm an actor. I appeared in Gravity and Ocean's 11.
Uh-huh.
My movies have grossed over $2.5 billion in the United States alone. There's Gravity, Ocean's 11.
You know what I love to watch is that show Ice Road Truckers. Are you in that?
No.
Oh, I see. Okay, you appeared in Gravatar and 7-Eleven, but Miss were those speaking parts?
Yes, I had some lines.
Good for you. As I was saying, Miss Alamuddin has served on United Nations commissions investigating human rights abuses across the globe. Have you ever done anything to rival that?
I've been nominated for 8 Academy Awards and won 2.
Which Academy were those from?
The Academy of Motion Picture something. The Oscars.
This guy Oscar must really like your work. Did he give you those awards for helping save impoverished children from attacks by unmanned aerial vehicles?
No.
Because that's what Miss Alamuddin does.
I know, but I was Batman.
You were Batman in which movie?
I
can't hear you.
Batman and Robin.
Oh, wasn't that by far the worst Batman movie?
Yes.
Seems like you're kind of out of your league, Joe. Americans' nerves are frayed as the nation deals with the first reported case of Ebola on U.S. soil. Here to reassure us that there's no reason to panic is President Barack Obama.
I want to reassure everyone that there's no reason to panic. Anyone who's dealt with the U.S. healthcare system knows just how safe they should feel.
Do we have anything to rely on other than the healthcare system?
Of course, authorities are on high alert to make sure no new cases slip by us. Again,
what kind of authorities?
Well, infected patients are being kept out of the country by the same Homeland Security agents that you're familiar with from your local airport. Very reassuring. Most of all, I want Americans to know that their personal safety is in the hands of the federal government. Scott, do you think they bought it?
With the Secret Service reeling under the criticism of its repeated failures, the agency is searching for new means to better protect the president and his family. Okay, it's all set. How's that fit, ma'am?
It's a little awkward. What's this thing called again?
It's called a bulletproof Bieber.
I'm a human shield, bitches!
Sounds like it's working.
Bring it on, haters! I really hope someone takes a shot at me.
We asked some South African politicians to respond to some rather mean tweets posted about them by South Africans.
Zuma should have built a pig pen for himself to live in. Note to self. Tell architect to build big pig pen.
Ooh, Helen Zilla, ooh, yonder dika humper. Huh. Retweet.
Hey, Juju wears his red beret the wrong way. Hashtag counter-revolutionary.
No.
Hashtag no. The constitution that was set out in the meetings by the comrades fought to be part of. What do you mean I only have 140 characters?
There! My picture of my new pig pen is finally uploaded. Hashtag bacon.
Politicians, Twitter, they just don't get it, do they?
And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for watching.
Oh, before I forget, happy birthday!
Thanks, but it's not my birthday.
Yes, it is, and it's mine. We turn 5 today.
Really? We're the same age? But you look so much
younger.
older.
I know. It's because I'm made from a better quality latex.
We should have had a party.
I know. We just don't have the budget for that kind of thing.
Surprise!
Oh, how sweet. Thank you, Arch.
Hang on, isn't it also...
Yes, it's my birthday too. I am 83 years young. I thought we would celebrate together because we all go back a long way. You know, I invited the Dalai Lama, but, well, you know...
Happy birthday to you.